Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to do a little review here of this KaKa Industrial bending brake. I bought this so I can bend materials, 1 inch wide by about 1/8 inch thick. Now it's rated, I don't know, up to like 1/4 or 5/16. And how it does that, I'll show you that in a second, but it has to do with the die. So I did a test bend with it, and you can see how big that bend radius is. Now I did this bend in my other little vise brake, which we'll do a little review on later. Nice and tight, maybe just a little bit too tight, honestly. So I want to get to something in between here. So let me show you why that bend radius is so big. This thing flips up, and looking down here, we can see that normally this would be the top die. And the way this thing's gonna get mounted, this is the bottom die. But generally, this is referred to as bottom die. This is top die. But you can see, first of all, it's a wide spacing here. And we've got a really blunt edge on this. So we're going to modify this by tightening this edge up to more of a knife edge with just a real small radius. And then I'm going to make some steel inserts to fit in here and tighten up this bottom die. And then we're going to get it mounted so it's easy to use here with, you turn the hand crank to bend it. So a little bit more to come here. All right, so here I added 1/4 inch thick plate, 1.25 inch long. I used a 3/8 inch bolt to spacer it up. And then I put a little bit of weld on each corner. That brings the distance between basically the die points. Let's see if we can get good measurement. Just about 1.25 inches. Previously I measured it was about 1.5 inches. I also sharpened up this die as well with a flapper disc. Didn't take very long. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip that over and close it up. Okay, so now we're ready to bend. So we'll put our part in here, and I'm going to shut this off until I get it tightened up just a bit. There, I got it tightened up on the part, so we're just going to start to bend now. We'll turn this crank, and that'll start to clamp it together. Now, with this type of a bender, you want to make sure that your part is even in the dies. If you don't, then it's going to bend kind of crooked. And we'll see if we can get, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Camera's moving because I'm turning the crank at the same time here. But you can see it's starting to bend up pretty nice there. We'll see what we end up with a radius here in just a second. Try to get close to 90. That's pretty close. Release that now. So I'm just pushing the handle and then it slides over. Now we can release that and get our part out easy. And that's a lot better. I still think I want to tighten that up a little bit more. We'll probably tighten up the bottom die, or rather, this is now our bottom die, but I may go tighter on this yet, but this is at least getting acceptable compared to this. So you can see we've gone quite a bit better there. So why would you go with a thing like this? Why not a press brake? Well, I looked at used press brakes, and minimum you're talking many thousands of dollars. This unit right here was around 125 bucks. That's pretty easy. You might also look, well, why don't you get the press brake attachment that goes in one of these? Well, I do a lot of other pressing, and so maybe at some point I'll upgrade to that. But the things that I'm bending are typically 1 to 2 inches wide. So I think this is going to be a good fit once we get things figured out here on it. Looking good so far. Alright, I did just a little bit more tightening up here on this die. Made a little bit sharper angle. Still leaving just a little bit of the factory round there, which is the dark edge that you see. And then I tried this 2 inch by 1/8 inch steel, and I put this edge right on the back side. So basically this is the smallest flange now that I can do, and if we put the steel ruler on that, we can now do a 3/4 inch flange on a piece. And that's that's enough for my purposes of what I need to do. So I'm going to get this thing mounted now. I'm pretty happy with that. And if you want to buy this, affiliate link in the description below. Thanks, everyone. All right, we got it all mounted here. This will be the first bend with it mounted. I tried to do it holding the camera, and it's just not easy enough to do one-handed. But two-handed, it definitely makes it nice and easy. I'm probably going to overbend it just for the example here, see how far it'll go. And we'll back that off there. And there's our bend. So we more than overbent it there, which is fine. Shows you what it can do. I did sharpen this die up a little bit more, so the bend radius is a little bit tighter in there. That's about perfect for this type of material. Anyway, thanks everyone. Catch you later.